Relatability is the ability to connect to someone or something based on similarities or mutual understanding from past experiences. This is an especially important detail to hit when it comes to mediums. Whether it's a movie, TV show, or anime, there's always a character that relates to every individual more so than others. Not that relatable. In the case of Hunter x Hunter, and as you probably guessed from the title of the video, Gon is not that character. Hell, far from it. You see, Gon is the opposite of me. A kid who has so much optimism that it practically oozes from his every fiber. So, if I don't relate to Gon, why do I love his character so much? Friends, take a step with me into the world of Hunter x Hunter and discover the power of relatability. To give some context for those who are unfamiliar, Hunter x Hunter is a world where there exists a dangerous but exciting profession, a profession held by the most capable individuals in this world, a hunter. Hunters not only hold tremendous fighting capability, but are also field experts in vastly different domains, ranging from science, archaeology, or even the devotion of protecting people, a renowned profession indeed, but worthily so, as to even become a basic hunter, one must pass the extremely long and brutal hunter exam, an exam that tests all facets of an individual, ranging from strength, stamina, skill, and even wit, all needed to endure the hardships that come with the profession. Yet, despite the monumental tasks, Gon faces them head-on with joy and determination. And it's in these exams that he meets his three companions, Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio, each with their own distinct personality and reasoning to become a hunter. However, what's interesting about them is exactly that, their origin, as it not only drives them to become hunters, but also shapes their external personalities. Kurapika is the lone survivor of his clan, all brutally murdered due to their beautiful scarlet eyes, auctioned off on the black market to the highest bidders. Thus, he wishes to become a hunter so he can leverage the connections and information bestowed to all hunters so that one day he can track down and exact his revenge on the people who murdered his family. As a result, he's a very serious and logical individual who thinks before he acts and speaks. Leorio is a loudmouth monkey brain to say the least, who actually means well despite some of his ill words. An old man. Sorry, Leorio. A young man motivated to use the money that comes with being a hunter so he can use it to become a doctor. You see, Leorio comes from an impoverished background and unfortunately witnessed his closest friend die from a curable but unaffordable disease due to his economic background. Like I said, a loudmouth who means well. And Killua, a boy with a dark past, heir to the most renowned lineage of assassins, a boy with so much potential that he only took the exam simply for the amusement of it. Oof. Okay, so now that the world and characters are introduced, we can go into the burning question we must address. If Gon isn't who I relate to, then who is it?
That's a great question.
And why does it even matter? In short, it's Killua. Now, it's not because I come from a family of assassins that I relate to Killua, which, don't get me wrong, pretty fucking awesome. In actuality, I relate to Killua because of his dark-rooted issues. To many people, Killua is the cool character. He rides a skateboard, has I do what I want attitude, and can do stuff like this. But underneath all that bravado and cool exterior is a boy with a troubled past, a boy who struggles with crippling self-doubt, a boy who lacked love and friendship growing up. As I mentioned at the start of the video, we draw some connections to characters due to common backgrounds, and as a result, we partially see ourselves in those characters. In the case of Hunter x Hunter, Killua is that character. Growing up, I liked a lot of role models. Because my parents were the first generation in our family to move to the US, they were always working to provide for us. Moreover, they lacked the education and even means of providing us with rich childhoods. To make matters worse, I was a very shy and quiet kid. Thus, with no guidance or assurance, I grew up facing challenges and hardships, as most children do, but without the means to communicate that to anybody, or even going through those struggles with a friend. Thus, I grew up not knowing how to believe in myself. From being right in front of the goal and never taking a shot because I was afraid to miss, to never trying in school because I didn't see the point, all because I never truly believed that I was capable of much in this world. All issues rooted from the love and reassurance I never received as a child. And it's because I relate so much to Killua that I love Gon so much. You see, as Killua and Gon go on their adventures, Killua sees the traits that Gon naturally exhibits, his optimism and never-ending determination. Scenes like this, or scenes like this. In essence, Gon is a character that sees the positive and always believes in himself, despite the overwhelming odds and negative thoughts and emotions he feels. He's a character who seeks nothing more than self-growth. In contrast, despite all the natural skill that Killua possesses, when faced with similar opposition or challenges, he crumbles under all the weight due to his self-doubt. However, things are not all bleak for Killua. You see, because he loves and admires his friend so much that he himself wishes to grow past his internal struggles, magnified by the unfaltering love and support that Gon gives to Killua, even when he doubts himself. Thus, because we know the heaviness of Killua's self-doubt, the scene of him finally overcoming his internal struggle holds all the more weight. If I could use one specific moment to describe what exactly Gon means to Killua, it would be this one.
から早く戻ろう。強くなってカイトを助けに。お前は光だ。ああ、そうだな。時々眩しすぎてまっすぐ見られないけど。
And it's exactly this embodiment of light that makes me love Gon. Just as Kilo was motivated, inspired by him to be better, that motivates me to be better as well. You know, this one kind of hurts to write. I had to dig deep and just let myself be vulnerable. You know, on my day-to-day, I have my exterior self. Lalo, the guy who likes cool things, like riding motorcycles or doing kickboxing. But underneath all of that, underneath all the layers of masculinity I like to exude, was really just a boy who has generally struggled with self-doubt. But just like in the case of Killua, I too have found my light. And it's a light not filled by others, but it's a light filled of love of oneself. And it's this light that has enabled me to grow, to push myself, to want more for myself, and to continue to grow to be the man that I wish to be. But yeah, anyway guys, I really just want to talk about a character I just deeply fell in love with last year. I watched Hunter x Hunter for the first time last year. I know it's been there for a very long time. It's been on my bucket list, but I just fell in love with it. It was really cool watching these two characters basically essentially go on this adventure, and it felt like a story about almost two brothers. And yeah, I know there's the whole thing about where like Gon snaps at the end or whatever, but there's people saying he's a monster, but fuck all that noise, dude. I don't subscribe to that. He's just a little kid, you know, reacting to anger because he's overwhelmed with emotions and doesn't know how to handle that. But at the end, I really like this character, and I see exactly what Killua saw in him because I relate to him so much. And as a byproduct, I like his character so much. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for clicking on the video. I really, really appreciate it. If you like the content, please consider liking and subscribing. I plan on making more videos. It won't just be about anime. It could be things about games as well. Other nerdy topics. I've even considered watching a Korean drama and talking about that. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I'll be super down to watch it and talk about that as well. And so other than that, until the next one.
Sup!